So in the last class, we have discussed about functions concept. Today is going to discuss using those functions. So we are going to discuss about menu driven example. Menu driven program means what? First, we are giving a menu of operations. Based on the input they are giving, we keep on doing that operation. If you see that example, is a menu driven program. Menu driven program. First, a simple one to do arithmetic operations. To do arithmetic operations. That is. So what are the menu of operations? Menu of operations. See, if you want to execute something only one time, we are just writing directly without any loop concept. Option 1 is to add, perform addition operation. Option 2 is for subtraction, to subtract two numbers. Option 3 is to multiply. Option 4 is to divide. And if it is an option, 4, option 5 is exit. If you run the code, it will execute only one time. But repeatedly, these statements should execute until we exit from the code. Whenever you choose the option 5, so then only it should exit. Repeated execution means what? How many times we don't know. We know already the difference between for loop and while loop. For loop means what? To execute a particular number of times, a specific number of repetitions. So while condition is always true. Look at this in C language. 0 is representing the false value, false condition. Except 0, either negative value or positive value. Either negative or positive, so anything is representing as a positive value. Nothing but true value. So normally they use 1. 1 means condition is true first. So as condition is true, the control come inside. First, all these values will show in the output. Then we ask, tell me what is your choice. Enter your choice. Enter your choice. Okay. So they will enter. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Of course, other than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 also they can enter. Scanf, %d, address of, taking one variable. Let us take a ch, choice. Choice is a 1. So based on the input they mentioned, suppose if choice is equals to 1. So what is the operation we need to perform? Else if choice is equals to 2. What is the operation? Else if choice is equals to 3. What is the operation? Else if choice is equals to 4. Division. Else if choice is equals to 5. 5 is for exit, na? Exit. So we are giving that end of operations. End of operations, just one message, and we break the loop. We just break the loop. This is while loop, na? While loop. We are terminating this while loop by breaking it. Sir, if they enter other than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Chances are there. Else. Here it is. So giving invalid choice. Invalid choice. If they enter other than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so giving that invalid choice. This is the one. Now, here for all these operations, separate functions we are defining. Separate functions we are writing. See, look at this. After main function. Okay. Either integers or decimals. So chances decimals also there. Decimals, float, add function, or clearly function is a add, is taking two input values, A and B. Okay. Or float you can try followed by just integers I'm taking. Int A and int B. A and B. After performing the addition operation, A plus B, it will return that value C. See, you can write in 2 lines of code, or simply you can write a single line of code like return A plus B. It's your wish. But just in the beginning case, we are just collecting and performing the addition operation, returning that C. C is a which type? Integer type. So function return type also int. Function return type also int. This one. Got it? Right. Now, whenever you are defining the function, what is required? Prototype is required. Where to write prototypes? Before main function prototype we are defining. These are prototypes. For each function, first I am writing prototype. Int subtract is taking two numbers. Int multiply two numbers. Int divide two numbers. For all the functions, prototypes I am writing. So total how many functions we are using? 4 functions we are using. 4 functions. Okay. Here it is, the first one, second one, just here it is, subtract, name I'm changing, and just A minus B. Next one, here it is multiply is A is multiplied with B. Next one is divide A by B. It's the same one. So now the program consists how many functions? One is a main function. Along with the main function, 4 other functions we define. 4 other functions. All functions classification is what? With arguments, taking input, and with return values also. Okay. Now, look at this. If option is 1, what we need to call? Add function we need to call. But before calling, what we have to pass? You need to pass 2 numbers as input. And you collect that return value anyway. So, if option is 1, then we ask them to enter 2 numbers to add. Enter 2 numbers to add. The numbers we scan into 2 variables. Suppose into A and into B. So we need to declare both variables also, A and B. After reading the values into A comma B, we are calling that add function, passing the values A and B. Passing the values A and B. So from here, from the main function, the control will jump to this function. The input what we pass will come and store into the variables A and B. After adding both, we are returning the result. C we are returning. That C we are collecting back into one variable. So any variable, let us take a result, RES. That result variable also you need to declare. In the entire program, what all the variables we are using, all the variables you need to specify in the top of the function. So after that, we are printing that result. Print sum equal to %D, and that result we are printing. It's the same story in just copy here. Now if they add two numbers to subtract, then simply we need to call the method. Remaining everything is the same. The methods we need to change, and the way you display the result we need to change. Next, in the third case, enter two numbers to multiply. After calling that multiply method, the result we need to print, giving that message. Multiplication will give the product of two numbers. Next, the last one is what? Enter two numbers to divide. So divide. So we need to call that function is also divide function. And the result. When you perform the division operation is what? You will get the quotient. You will get the quotient. This is the one. So everything we are defining inside the functions. Addition, subtraction, multiplication, division here. See, whenever we are going to learn about the data structures and algorithms concept, mostly, so this type of programs, menu-driven programs, we are writing whenever you are implementing that stack operations, like push element, pop element from the stack, display the peak element, checking is empty or not, checking is full or not, and display is a traverse. These are the functions. In the implementation of stack, we are giving that menu of operations items, and based on that, we are performing all these things. Right? Stack, queues, linked list, trees, graphs, everything. All the programs we are implementing in this format only. In this format, in menu-driven items only we are doing. Okay. Now, here it is. So let me show you how it executes. When you run the code, see program execution starts line by line. I'll explain first. Program execution starts from this main. First control enters into this while loop. So first all these options it is showing, and this one also, enter your choice. So this is the one. Now if I enter the choice is 1, it will take that choice is a 1, then it will come inside. If choice is equals to 1, then this message will print, enter two numbers to add. See, when I press enter two numbers to add. So I enter 10 and 20, suppose. So 10 will store into this A, 20 will store into this B. 20. Okay. So now see, add function will call by passing 10 and 20. From here, control will jump to here. It will take the values 10 and 20 perform addition operation, 30 will return back. 30 will return back. That returned value will store into this result. And it will print this sum value 30. So once if block execute, we know that else if blocks will not execute. It will come to end. Once it come to end, then again it will go back to while loop. While, see, sum value 30. Again while is repeating, see. While is repeating. Suppose if I give that value is a 7. Is it there 7? No. If choice is 7, all the if blocks will fail. So last else block execute. Invalid choice will give. Invalid choice is giving. Okay. Suppose if you give 5, then it will go with that 5. It will give the message end of operations and the break statement. See, end of operations. Break means what? The program terminates. Okay. So please write the code. Next one is a very important concept in functions is called recursion. Recursion is nothing but a function calling itself is called recursive function. A function calling itself is called recursive function. As we are executing, we are learning from the simple example. Simple example. So normally program execution starts from the main function. Execution starts from the main function. So here, I'm just writing two statements. So one is printf start, and next one more statement printf end. Two statements I define. So if you run this code, output is a start and end is printed. Start and end. So first I'm executing. See, look at this. Calling the main function now from the main function itself. I'm calling the main function from the main function itself. Okay. So then it is executing. When you run the code, how it executes, I'll show you. See, is keep on executing start. Keep on executing. Start message only. Keep on executing. How long it will execute? How long means see. So many times it is executing. Finally, it will stop. Finally, it will stop. When it will stop and all, I'll explain. So normally, whenever you are running a method or nothing but running a function, suppose some memory will be allocated. Some amount of memory will be allocated to execute that function. Suppose this is the memory. This is the memory. Simply to say, so this is called stack memory. We call it as stack memory. So first program execution starts from the main. So then what will happen? Particularly for main function execution, memory will be allocated. Some amount of memory. Some amount of memory will be allocated to execute that main function inside that stack. Inside that stack. So execution start, first start executes. First, it will print start message. After that, you are calling that second statement is a main again. Main again. So when you call this, again memory will be allocated for this one. Again memory will be allocated for this one, for the second one. When you call from here, control come to here. Here memory will be allocated. Again here start will call. And again main executes. Main. Again for memory, for main memory will be allocated. like this. So from here again it will come to here. So like this, it's keep on allocating the memory in that stack. When it is keep on allocating the memory, when it reaches a particular location, is the memory full now? Memory is a full. So here only that program terminates by giving that runtime error, as actually it is not showing that. That is only stack is full. Stack is full or stack is overflow. Stack is overflow message it will give, and then followed by the program terminates because there is no sufficient memory to continue execution of this program. Reason is what? There is no chance to come back. Is there any chance to come back? No. Just keep on moving in forward direction only. Okay, this is one example. Multiple examples we'll see today. Then you will get clarity. What is recursion? Okay, do this fast. No doubt. Okay, now here it is. So same using that recursion. How the program executes inside the function, how each and every statement executes inside the function, we'll see now. I'm explaining with one example. Same is a main. We are writing one function. As a function, as a name is a test. Simply, it is taking one value, x value, and it is printing that x value. Percentage d, that x value printing. And after that, I'm just writing one condition. If x value greater than 0, only if x value greater than 0, we just call the test and passing that x minus 1. And x value we are printing after this if block also. Before and after also we are printing. So from the main, we are calling the test function and passing the value 3. 3 we are passing. Of course, the prototype is important. We are writing that prototype also. We are writing the prototype also is a 1. Okay. Now, how this code gets executed? How this code gets executed? First, program execution starts from the main. We are calling the test function. Test. So each and every statement in the test should execute. In the test, You are passing 3. The 3 will come and store into this X. The 3 will come and store into this X. First printing that X value. So it will print the value X value 3. After that, look at the condition X greater than 0. Yes, 3 greater than 0. 3 greater than 0. This condition is true. So it will call the same function, recursive function, but by passing X minus 1. 3 minus 1 is a 2. This is calling the function itself as a recursive function. So again from here, test function will call. Now X value is what? 2. So it will print the value is a 2. 2. If 2 is greater than 0, yes, condition is true. Test of 2 minus 1 is a 1. It will call. Again the test. X value is a 1. Is printing that 1. If 1 is greater than 0, yes, condition is true. So is printing the test 1 minus 1, 0. See, look at that last one. This one. Test X value 0. Sorry, X value 0. Print 0, it is printing. After printing the 0, if 0 greater than 0, condition false. So if block will not execute. If block will not execute. But still one more statement is there. Look at this. In each function, each and every statement should execute. Only if block completed. Still it is there. So is printing. Print X value. What is that X value? 0. Now this function execution completed. Once it is completed, this function calling from where? Not from here. Don't directly jump to that. Is calling from here. So the control will go back to this place. This is also a very, very important one. It will go to here. Now this if block completed. Here it is a print. What is the value? 1. Now it is completed. From where it is called? Right. It has called from here. So it will go to here then. It will go to here. Now here that last statement is executing. Print. What is the value? See 2. X value only printing. X value. Here what is printing? Here also same. Now it is completed. Now it is completed. So it is called from here. So it will go to here. It will go to here. And it is printing that. What is that X value? 3. Now it is completed. So it is called from where? From here. Now it will go back to the main. See the forward direction as well as the backward direction. Once that last function execution completed, directly control will not jump to the main function. This is an important point. Okay. So numbers also you please write is a forward direction. 1, 2, 3, 4. How it goes execution. And in the same way, it will come back 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 8 like this. Okay. Please note down. I'll show you that output. So what is the output now? Write the output also. Write the output also. First, X value 3. Next, X value 2. X value 1. X value 0. Again, while coming back, X value 0. X value 1. I'll show you that output. X value 2. X value 3. 3, 2, 1, 0. Now see 0, 1, 2, 3 is a 1. Okay, do this. Try to understand how the instructions are executing in each function space. Remember that in each function, each and every line of code should execute. Then only program execution completed. So control will not jump from one place to another place, and program execution will not complete by skipping the execution of statements. Okay. Now, so one more important question. So that is, first in the same way, so as we have already discussed, completed this one, if they ask print 1 to 10 numbers using recursion, same logic only. See, just whenever you are calling, just method name is I'm giving print. Okay. Suppose if I'm passing 1, 10 to 1 means what? See, same program. If I pass 10, if I pass 10, this one, just printing that value first 10, 10 will display. Okay. Next 10 is greater than 1. Here it is become 10 minus 1, 9, 8, 7, 6, like this it is printing. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Write this code. Display 10 to 1 using recursion. Display 10 to 1 using recursion. No loops, just using the recursive function with a condition we are writing. Okay. Now, just 1 to 10 also. 1 to 10 numbers also do using recursion. Here, passing 1. After displaying the 1, you need to repeat up to 10. Up to 10. Less than 10, every time increase the value. X plus plus. X plus 1. 1 to 10. How it is executing means what? Just how I have written that function spaces you need to write. Note this. Okay. No. So one more important problem I'm going to explain. So that is what find the factorial using recursion. Factorial using recursion. Here I'm writing that factorial. Fact is a function. It is taking that n. Okay. If the given number is either 0, because 0 factorial is a 1, and if it is a 1, 1 factorial is also 1, 1 factorial is also 1, it is returning that 1. It is returning 1. 2 factorial is also 2, na? 2 factorial is also 2. Here it is, else if we can write, or directly I'm just writing like this. Else it will return n into fact of n minus 1. N into fact of n minus 1. That is n into fact of n minus 1 we are writing. That's it. If block and else block. So what is the return type? Because it is returning either 1 or some calculated value it is returning. We are calling that fact. Suppose I'm passing the value is a 4. 4 I'm passing. Getting the result and I'm printing. I'll explain clearly. We'll get clarity. Just factorial is percentage %d and that result we are printing. Result integer fact of int. So when you run the code, 4 factorial value is a 24. 24 is output came. The question is how it will get executed. How it will get executed. Observe this. Now execution starts. Execution starts from the main. Here you have called fact of 4. So program execution starts. Fact n value is a 4. Nothing but control will come to here. Now it is checking this if block. Checking this if block. If block failed because 4 equal to 0 or 4 equal to 1 condition false. So if will not execute. Else it will return n into, n means 4 into fact of n minus 1 means what? 3. So from here, fact of 3 is executing. Fact n equals to 3. Same. If block 3 equal to 0, 3 equal to 1, condition fail. Condition fail. If block will not execute. So which block executing? Else block is executing. Else return 3 into fact of 3 minus 1 is what? 2. So from here, it is executing. Fact n equals to 2. Same if block is not executing. If block is not executing. Else block is executing. Else block. So what is that value? It will return 2 into fact of 1. 2 into fact of 1. 1. So from here, observe this. From here, right. Here it is a fact of n is equal to 1 is executing. Now observe this. If 1 equal to 1, condition true, na? Condition is true. So what it is returning? Is returning 1. Sir, from to where it is returning? To where it is returning to here. The result of fact of 1, the result of fact of 1 is a 1. Return 1. Now this calculation will happen. 2 into 1. 2. Now the 2 will return to here. Fact of 2 result is a 2. It is returning 2. Now this calculation will happen. 3 into 2, 6. It will come back to here. It will return. What it is returning? 6 it is returning. Return 6. Now this calculation will happen. 4 into 6. Calculating while coming back. 24. The 24 will return back to this place. That will store into this result. It will return 4 into 6, 24. So that result is a 24 is printing. 24. How the control is moving in forward direction. Blue color lines the forward, red color lines backward and calculations. Hope you got. Please note down this, everyone. Factorial using recursion. Okay, this is. So Monday, a very important class to all bit manipulations I'll explain. Okay, to understand the concepts of embedded systems and all that, bit manipulations are very important class. So please don't miss on Monday. So practice all these things, and so I think you will have exam now. Go with that. You can leave.